Alrighty, and it looks like we are underway. So this is a standard mode seed, so we are going to be doing the escape sequence. A good time through escape should be, wow, a sword in the first chest. How about that? That should definitely help make things a little smoother. We're looking for 6 minutes is what we'd expect from some of our top runners. Anything between 6:30, it's pretty solid. So hopefully we can see some good, clean escapes.
Yeah, so this is the part in the race where I like to say that Link is going to save Princess Zelda and going to get married.
That is what
But and then Zelda just leaves, or Link leaves Zelda behind and goes off and saves Hyrule.
That's exactly what happens. So we had another sword, and then I think that's the fire rod. Like, this is pretty excellent. And we saw that Boyne and Sleepy Night also picked up Bomb Drop already. That was the only missing piece of the puzzle here. We are good to go for the rest of the escape sequence. Alrighty, so Rick also gets the bomb drop, as does Marty. So pretty early on in the item pool there. So that is pretty great. Another unique item. We've got the mushroom popping up here.
Do you want to do a fetch quest?
No. Although early mushroom, you might think about trying to find a way to route it in sooner rather than later. Alrighty, so the map has been found. That's good. We've only got the small key left, and the rest will be all items from here on out.
It'd be interesting to see what these how these runners handle this ball and chain guard. They got Master Sword and they got Fire Rod. This should be a pretty easy fight.
Yeah, we've got 3 out of the 4 with the fire rod equipped here, and actually Marty's joining the mix as well. So yeah, everyone using that little bit of magic they've got for a fire shot. Alrighty, so now we're making the run back up to the sewers area. Looks like everyone's making pretty good time so far. Boyne is ahead. He's kind of got this game down pat, so that's not a surprise. If you're looking to kind of learn a few tricks of the trade, then Boyne is the guy you should be watching today.
So in standard mode, an interesting fact is it gives you the light cone once you go through the back of escape, even though the runners do not have the lamp, but the game automatically is saying that you should have the lamp here, so we're going to give it to you. But after this, if they don't find the lamp, then they're going to be doing these dark rooms in the pitch black.
Yeah, I can't imagine how gnarly standard mode would be if they had to navigate these rooms in the dark every single time. I guess it would just mean that the lamp in logic would have to be always present at the beginning of a siege. So I think this the change to make this light cone is stay here even without the lamp in hand is a good choice by the developers.
So we're going to be checking out the 3 chests in the back. It seems everybody has a bomb at least, so everybody should be able to get this.
Alrighty, and we find a cane of Samaria.
Just a little bit of love and the cane.
This is a pretty nice opener, you know, to find a couple of items that you're probably going to need throughout the run, although they don't really give our runners any kind of indication as to where they want to go next. Alrighty, so Boyne coming through with like about a 5:45, which is a really good time for the escape sequence. Both Rick and Marty coming through just around 6 minutes as well, so that's pretty solid, and Sleepy Night not far behind.
I did not get a good look at that map check.
Oh, I also was not looking. Was there a map check?
I think our bottom right-hand corner runner did it.
And it looks like our wonderful trackers, Fatboy 300 and Revolving Ocelot took care of the check there. We've got Eastern Palace is a pendant, and then Desert Palace and Thieves Town, Tower of Hera are just regular crystals.
Just some love in the cave here in Skullwoods. Not going to do that. And it looks like
So
a
we got
red
a little bit
rupee on Lumberjack.
And a little bit of divergence here. Sleepy Night wants to turn in that mushroom ASAP.
This is interesting because if this comes up with anything, this could pay off. I wouldn't imagine any runner doing this right away like he is.
Wow. Single arrow. Nice.
I mean, isn't that considered a unique item? You know, the arrow of destiny.
It sure is, yeah. So this seed keeps on giving here. We've got the, Moon Pearl, and we just saw the hammer as well. So we are very close to Dark World access already.
Don't we need the glove for Dark World access at this point?
Just looking for a glove.
So Aghanim is almost dead, but is definitely on life support.
Yes.
We see Sleepy Night going to South Shore, gonna get a small heart or a piece of heart in the dam.
Meanwhile, in the Kakariko well there, we found our gloves. So we've got everything that we need to check out the Dark World already. Like 8 minutes in? That's crazy.
So, interesting play. I wonder if any of our runners will just go right back into Lost Woods and just go into Dark World and do Dark Village while they're here.
If I was running this seed, I would strongly consider it. You are risking it with only 4 hearts. If you go into Thieves Town, or if you try and take on Moth, it's going to be a tough fight. But why not?
Unlike myself, I'm pretty sure these runners have practiced Mothula and Blind on 4 heart.
Yeah, I bet. Some of these guys are pretty well versed in that fight. Oh, and a bottle as well in the back of the tavern. So that'll mean that Boyne can head right over to Sick Kid and check that as well.
Sick Kid's holding on to the Bombos medallion.
Wow, so this seed has got a lot of stuff going on. Sleepy Night, who has gone down to South Shore first, a play that I personally like a lot. He's found the bow. Now that might kind of lead him in the wrong direction for this seed, at least at the start. He might end up going to Eastern Palace, even though it's a pendant. but it does fill out the seed a little bit more. He's got some kind of a bit more knowledge of what's going on.
Didn't see what was on the race game, but assuming that player just saved and quit, I'm assuming there's nothing there worth a bet.
Yeah, that was a really quick check from Wayne there.
And the chat saying that it was a red boomerang.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's definitely something that Boyne's going to skip. Now, Sleepy Night also finding the mirror. Now, that's a really good find. It looks like he's going to head over to Kakariko now. And with the mirror, it just gets you a little bit easier access between Light and Dark World. You should be able to route in some checks a little better. So that's really awesome for him.
Also saw a map check of Dark World. It looks like Thieves Town is a pendant, which is, I know, your favorite, Sabu Tender. And then we got my personal favorite, the green pendant on Turtle Rock.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Memories of last night's daily.
Let's not talk about our 16 deaths to Trinex. Had just as many fights with Trinex as John Cena has world championships.
Nice. So it looks like so Wayne's first into the Dark World here. He did Hype Cave, wasn't a whole lot of anything. Looks like our other runners just kind of going over some of the previous things that we've seen already. Marty's done the play for South Shore here, which is good. He'll be picking up the bow and hopefully the mirror if he gets out to Ice Rod. Okay, so just some bombs at the dig game there. That's a little annoying. Anytime you spend a lot of time at the digging game and it turns out to be a whole lot of nothing, never feels good. But it's a check you have to do when you're going that way from the dark south. All right, so let's see. We got Rick heading for Skull Woods here. This is going to be interesting if he decides to go through to the back and try and take on the moth, or if he's just going to look for items here. We'll have to wait to find out, I think. Meanwhile, Blaine is heading now, is just about to pick up his bow, and oh, it looks like Marty might have missed out on the mirror in the Ice Rod Cave. It's a tough call to make, to go all the way out there when you don't have boots, you don't have the flute. So hopefully he gets one of those two things to kind of push him back in that direction. He is going to need that mirror at some point. All right. So Rick having some fun with the Gibdos here. This room is never easy. We might see Blaine walk in here in a little bit and take care of it like it's nothing, but for most of us, it's not a fun room. And as Rick shows, he's going to take care of the Gibdos first before trying to move the statue. All right, so Rick making use of picking up the pot there to get a full magic refill. Good call. Good call. Boyne going all the way to Iceberg Cave has his mirror. He's got so many things to do now. Looks like he's heading over to Eastern area, so might do the pod Eastern double. Might skip out on Eastern, seeing as it's a pendant, and we've got so much already. Alrighty, so Rick is going for the moth. This is, a tough fight. We're on 5 hearts, green male. I believe we do have the blue potion from the tavern, though, so that, should make it a little bit easier. Master Sword, he's got enough equipment to kind of get through this fight. He's just got to be able to dodge a lot of spikes, and we'll see how it goes. So far, so good from Rick here. Wow, nice fight. Really solid. And as I was paying attention to Rick's fight there, looks like we picked up the flippers in Saha's hut. Wayne being the first runner to check out that part of the world. Thank you, chat, for catching that for me. So both that Sleepy Night and Marty checking out Skullwoods as well. Whether they're going to go after the moth or not remains to be seen. Looks like Sleepy Night's going for it. He's got 6 hearts, kind of basically the same loadout as Rick did earlier. 1 extra heart is nice. So hopefully this works out. Looks like Marty is going to do the same. This is pretty awesome. So Boyne's making his way through pod here. This is a bit of a slower dungeon to get through. So just going to be checking a lot of chests, picking up a lot of keys. We'll see how it goes for him. Ooh, so Marty takes a death, unfortunately. Not sure if Sleepy Night's gonna have enough magic. Might just have enough for... Yeah, he might just get through there. Okay. Nice clutch fairy drop there. Wow. Wow. Okay, so we found the flute in pod here. Geez, there is not much left for Boyne to find there. This is a jet seed. I'd say. There are definitely still things that could go amiss, but when you got this much stuff early on, it always feels good, and there shouldn't be anything that could really hold Boyne up too much. He's going to be able to do a lot of things and kind of move through the seed pretty quickly. Should be pretty good. We've got dueling moth fights going on here with Sleepy Night and Marty. Both doing pretty good. Marty's gonna have to be careful there. He's only got 1 heart left. Alrighty, so Marty takes him down, and Sleepy Night does the same. So 3 of our runners have already taken down Moth on, pretty low percent kind of setups here, which is really. Now, Boyne is cruising through some of the dark rooms here. He's in the dark maze right now. Rick's heading over to Digging Game, just going to pick up 3 bombs there, unfortunately. Ooh, and Boyne finds a shovel hanging out in the big chest there.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, Calvin, you're back. We missed you, buddy.
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties I'm having over on my side, but guess what? I didn't miss a thing because I have to stream on my phone as well.
Perfect. So things have been kind of like moving along here. Boyne's got pretty much almost everything that he needs. We're just missing a couple of items at this point, and all 3 of our other runners here have taken on the Moth and are doing well, kind of routing from a different side of the world.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Blaine is on like the God route right now.
Yeah, he's not really missing a step so far. Yeah, I'd agree. So Rick just keep cleaning up a few checks here. We're into Hype Cave. Picks up the Fisher Price shield. Not much else going on there, though. So we'll have to see. I think he might do the South Shore at this point. He's not got too much else that really stands out. Wayne taking on Helmosaur King here. Looking pretty good so far. Should be an easy fight with those silver arrows at the end here. Just 1 pop and he'll be done. Meanwhile, Marty has jumped into Thieves Town here. I like the play. Pendant Thieves is one that everyone wants to avoid, but it always seems like it's holding something.
And it looks like Rick he's doing South Shore. He's not going in the swamp.
No, not yet. Could do after he collects a couple more things. It would be kind of a weird dip to make without the hook shot, but hey, hook shot could be in there, I suppose.
And he also doesn't have the mirror, which I'm under my understanding is required to go in the swamp in the first place. So hopefully he goes all the way to Ice Rock Cave here.
He probably will, although when you're picking up the bow right here, it might jabate you, and you might end up just thinking, okay, now I can do pod, and now I can do Eastern, so that's what I'm going to do instead. So it's dicey. We'll see if he's being thorough with his light world check.
Meanwhile, we're going to get another new check here. We're going to see the hobo. And that's a pretty rich hobo right there.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of spare cash kicking around. So we saw Marty nope out of Pendant Thieves there. Just check the first 4, which is another pretty common strategy. It is tough to commit to the whole dip. So makes sense that you'd want to save it for later if you've got some other things you want to do instead.
Gonna be interesting to see what Sleepy Knight does here too, because he just dipped in. So will he do the 4 chests, or will he go all the way? And it looks like Rick did end up going to Ice Rod Cave to pick up his mirror.
Wayne doing a good job of getting all these checks in kind of the same swoop here. Mushroom's going to get done. We're going to see Catfish, and then he's going to do the Waterfall Cave and Zora. So really nice routing from Wayne here. Yeah, so Sleepy also choosing to nope out, I think. It is, yeah, it's a tough play to make to go all the way through the back, especially, I mean, it's not even the green pendant, so you don't even get that extra item bonus.
What items were found in Themestown, though?
Yuck, I don't know if we found much anything.
Well, we are going to get the Catfish here, though. See if he's holding on to anything. Nope, just the big 20.
So Rick is doing the same checks as Blaine right now, but without the flippers right now. He has fake flippered his way all the way around these water checks.
Just a little bit of love and a big 20 from the Waterfall Cave. And are we going to get a scam or value today from the big fish?
Yikes, that is no good. 10% return.
Oof.
Alrighty, so Boyne's the only one that has the flute. That was in pod, so Marty's going to be picking that up pretty soon. That's going to give us our access up to Death Mountain, and it's probably something that we're going to see Boyne do after this. Is he's going to head up the mountain. We can get up into Hera and over to East Death Mountain as well.
So, Sabotender, may you want to inform us what we are looking for at the moment, minus any medallion check?
Righto. What are we looking for? We're looking for the Titan's Mitts. We're looking for the hook shot. And we need to know what the medallions are. We've got Bombo, so we got, 1/3 of a chance of being right for Misery Meyer there. Still haven't seen the lamp. I imagine that the lamp is going to be somewhere up on Death Mountain. I think that's in logic. But yeah, not much left. Not much left. We're pretty close.
But I can imagine, since this seed gave us like a bunch so early, however, that it was like scattered all over the place, that this could lead potentially runners to go in like all kinds of different directions.
Yeah, this mid game should be kind of fun because we see Boyne is going up the mountain. Okay, I was kind of wondering what he was doing with the south shore there. Guess he had just skipped that check earlier. But yeah, there's definitely a number of ways that we could see this kind of go for now. I feel like the galaxy brain thing to do would be like a swamp dive at this point. I don't think anyone's going to do that, but it's possible. It's possible to see some kind of weird divergence like that.
It's possible if we find Titan's myths here in the light world side of Death Mountain that, since you're up here, probably could check out Turtle Rock for some of those remaining items.
If we find the Titan's myths up here, it's maybe worth a dive. And that's if we have the medallion that we need.
A lot of ifs.
Yeah, it's the fun part of the mid game, I find, is it is a lot of ifs. Alrighty, so the three runners that were over in Village of Outcasts and took care of Mothula early on have all kind of followed the same path, and they are all now in pod together here. Boyne, the only one who has gone completely off script, and it's kind of working out for him, although I think it's actually, everything is kind of working out for everybody at this point. No one's really lagging behind seriously. Everyone's making progress here.
Yeah, I can't definitively put somebody in the lead at this point.
You can't really, and I think it's probably a safe bet to say that Boyne has probably got ahead over these guys right now. But yeah, I mean, if any of the other three runners kind of luck into maybe finding one piece that Boyne missed out on, then it kind of spins on its head.
So we find the big key in the bottom of Hera, so that means we're going to go up first.
Nice.
Want to try to avoid that Hera basement.
Yeah. Nice hint there that the gloves in Kakariko well. Yep, we already picked that up. Really nice bomb jump from Boyne there. That one is not too tough to set up, but it's a high risk bomb jump. If you do drop down there, you fall down right down to the first floor again. So that is costly. So we've got some happy runners picking up flutes here, and looks like Marty is choosing to kind of nope out for now. Maybe just thinking, I've got the flute, I'm not going to go through this. Maybe he's not so comfortable with the dark rooms. So, get your flute, get out. Not a bad strategy. All right, so Boyne taking a long run through a spiral cave here. As much as it's annoying to not have the boots in this spot here. Gives you a little bit of time to maybe think about next steps in the seed. Alrighty, so we got some runners going through the dark rooms here, making their way through. Oh, does Sleep at Night not have his big key? So, oh, just as you were talking about there. Wow! Oh my god! Yeah, the mitts and the hook shot. I mean, like what?
The everything, the galaxy big brain routing.
This is awesome. This feels so good when you're running a season. You've got basically everything you need. We're looking at medallions basically at this point. We need the Misery Mire medallion to work out, and we need to check to see if Desert Palace is boots locked. But we're really close.
What a jet seat. So, I wonder if our other three runners, as soon as they get the flute, think they need to go up to Death Mountain, and Marty still needs to go to Ice Rod to get their mirror.
I really hope for Marty's sake that with that flute, he thinks fly over to 8 there and check out Ice Rod Cave. He's going to be missing that mirror pretty soon. Not going to be much else he can do. Nice. So we also pick up the Ether Medallion there in Hookshot Cave. So 2 out of 3 medallions, you're feeling pretty good about your Misery Mire stat.
Turtle Rock is Bombos.
And Wayne is having none of that. We've got to figure out what Misery Mire.
Yeah, it's definitely the higher priority here. It is Ether. Are we going to see a bird toss from any of our runners today?
Oh, please, Wayne, do it. Oh, if he gets it from here, he won't. The bird won't activate. So
what do we think Wayne is looking for? Just basically like maybe boots?
yeah, just doing a couple little quick easy checks here. He might even, just kind of, glance at a couple things for a sword. But it's definitely boots, and this is kind of going to be kind of like the final piece of the puzzle here. No.
Oh boy, so big oof on the go mode. We're gonna have to find them boots.
Okay, so that's one of the most frustrating things to find in a race. Hey, there's another sword. Fantastic. To be so close, you're looking for one item, and you've got now basically the entire world to look at to try and find those boots. It's ridiculous.
I can already see some of the chat members going ahead putting their guesses in. Let's go ahead and get those guesses in chat. See where you think the boots could possibly be.
Yeah, there's a lot of options, folks. Wayne picking up the powder and checkerboard there. And we do have a little bit of a first peek into Eastern Palace here. Adirondack Rick diving into a pendant dungeon just to see if maybe there's something he needs in here.
I mean, the boots could possibly be here.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where, Boyne has got the edge because he's, explored a little bit more of the world so far. But, if the boots are in Eastern Palace, how soon does Boyne get to Eastern Palace,
So I'm pretty sure majority of us know where boots could practically be anywhere, but where could they logically not be?
Where could they, you say, where could they not?
Correct.
They couldn't be in Bonk Rocks, and they couldn't be in King's Tomb. Other than that, yeah.
Ganon's Tower.
Ganon's Tower. Yeah, I see Chloe Pryor in chat there, kind of listing off a couple other spots there. Lumberjack, so Aghanims not going to be required. Library. I don't know if we saw the library. We must have seen the library a little while ago. Yeah, not a lot of places. Not a lot. There are so many other locations that it can be, which is really frustrating.
And the seed has been pretty fast to us without the boots so far, and we're just missing the item that makes us go really fast. But we could be here a while.
Yeah. I mean, we saw a couple of runners do the first 4 of Thieves Town. Thieves Town could have it. Alrighty, so Sleepy Knight has made his way through the dark rooms of Palace of Darkness here. Kind of low on health, so just take it real slow here, buddy, and hopefully take down Helmasaur King. Nicely done.
Very nice fight by Sleepy Knight right there. So, since we're still talking about boots, what would you like to see, Sabo Tender, where the boots could possibly be? Like, let's start talking about some trolley scenarios.
I don't, as a runner myself, I don't like to think about how trolly and awful things could be because it never is fun to actually play. If I'm gonna make a guess as to where I think these things are, I'm gonna go with my boy Swamp Palace. That is my favorite dungeon. It always has the stuff. I always make the play for it. So I'm gonna say they're hanging out in there today. What do you think, Calvin? Where are these boots gonna be?
I'm going to predict that they're in Turtle Rock.
Nice. That is a good pick as well. I like it.
But if we're gonna, pick the chat's favorite, I could imagine that they would want it to be on the pedestal.
Which is now a possibility. A very frightening, very awful possibility.
If that's possible, if that is a possibility, we probably just went from a jet seat down to maybe like a, I don't know, 142 hour sub 2 hour, maybe 3 hour for Calvin.
Yeah, it really it kind of throws out the jet option unless like Blaine runs into it like right now somehow. Maybe if he goes into Thieves Town and just finds them. Yeah, the jet has kind of died, unfortunately. It's going to run out of gas.
Too much turbo.
Oh, I'm so happy. Marty is checking the Ice Rod Cave. He's not going to be happy with himself, but he can now kind of start to do things.
You can imagine that Marty's going to feel way behind here, but in reality, not really.
No, not at all. Because it looks like he wasn't going to do the pod dark rooms anyways. So he did his little dive in there, and then he thought, nah, I'm okay. But with this flute, heads up the mountain, he's going to be in fine shape to start clearing off a lot of stuff.
Looks like Rick could potentially be going up the mountain. He's just activated his flute.
Alright, so we have Blaine checking out Ice Palace. Now, this was suggested in chat here, just because of the hints that are also available to you. You've got 3 items and 3 hints, and the boots do have a hint in every seed. So, a good call if you're thinking that you might get a little tip to help you find your boots.
One of the races I was running on stream, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, actually had that 3 pendants, or a unique item requires 3 pendants. So if they see that, it could be maybe pedestal dream is still alive, folks.
I remember that hint. Like that one's a bad one to get. Like, given that there's not that many unique items left, it would be probably a good bet to just start clearing off pendant dungeons.
Well, it's not everybody's favorite graveyard ledge this time.
Thank goodness. What a terrible check that is.
We see Wayne attempting the Ice Palace bomb jump. One of the more difficult jumps to get down.
It is tricky, but it's one of those like first pieces of kind of like flashy little strats that you want to learn. Like, it's one of those ones that it does save you a lot of time in a lot of cases, and it looks cool when you're doing it.
Ooh, did he get the pixel perfect hook shot to skip the big spike?
Possibly. Ooh, a unique item requires the book? Ugh, that's a gross hint.
Oof. So that boots on a tablet? Let's go. So one other thing to note here is that if boots could possibly be on the pedestal, that means we have to find the ice rod too.
That's true. It probably would just kind of like turn up as we go through the seed. But yeah, that's another thing that we will be missing if we're thinking about pedestal. Meanwhile, Marty takes down Mothula. Oh boy, that was a while ago. Moldorm there with no problem. Looking good. Our other 2 runners are making their way up Tower of Hera as well. Alrighty.
Gonna get a Ice Palace big chest check here.
So the one downside to doing the Ice Palace bomb jump is if you are going back over to check out the iced tea chest, it does take a little bit longer. I guess he was kind of hoping that he might find all 3 items before having to check that chest. Alrighty, so Rick takes down Moldorm there, and Sleepy Knight is well on his way to doing the same.
And
Unfortunately.
got the shield upgrade and the iced tea box.
Oh, okay. That's not something that Boyne is looking for there, but, you know, nice to have.
Gotta have protection against that pesky fireball breathing thingy in the corner of Lamola's 2 fight.
Yes. Maybe the most annoying fireball shooter in the entire game.
That is correct. So Marty's going to be picking up his Titan's mitts and his hook shot.
Yeah, probably quite happy to find those. We got some crystal sync action here between Boyne and Sleepy Knight. Well done, both.
Ooh. Marty going to be diving into Turtle Rock?
This is going to be an interesting moment, I think, for all 3 of these runners here who are coming over this way.
However, I don't think they know that Desert Palace is Boots Log. I think Wayne is the only one that knows that right now.
He's got more knowledge for sure, but if these guys are, you know, feeling spicy, then they might just, you know, go on in and you know, start rooting through Turtle Rock, see if they can find anything.
Well, Marty elects just to open the door and probably go to Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny Cave first. See if he comes back.
I think that the temptation is too great when you've got basically everything you need for what you think might be go mode. Your brain is just going to want to go to Mire and Desert and get those and see if you need anything else.
True that. There is the hint inside Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, definitely could be.
So I'm seeing some members of the chat hoping that this is a pedestal seed with the book on the pedestal to go to the tablet.
Why? Why, you guys? That's not nice. Alrighty, so Boyne is going through Swamp Palace. I wonder if it looks like Marty might be joining him in there, which is an interesting play.
Seems like Sleepy Knight and Rick have elected not to do Turtle Rock as well, so all 4 runners skipping that for the time being.
It actually looks like, so Marty, having picked up that the mirror a little bit later, he wants to get some of these checks in. So this kind of makes sense to take at least a peek in here first.
I don't think Wayne has done K45 yet. And I didn't see what was in K45.
Oh, I think it was just some bombs.
Oh, yeah, who needs blueberries?
So we've seen all four runners kind of step away from Turtle Rock. I think that might be a sign that that's probably where those boots are going to be. I'm sticking to the swamp answer. I think it's. I mean, I'm behind swamp 100% of the time, but I'm worried now.
He didn't go left side yet, has he?
Blaine hasn't been over to the left side. I think we might have got a hint that left side was kind of nothing, if I remember correctly. Oh, okay, nothing about left side. Okay, must have misread a hint.
Appreciate
Big
chat backing us up.
eagle-eyed chat. So we've seen Rick head over to Misery Mire and Desert Palace to check out if he is in go mode or not. Seeing that he's not, he knows what he needs to do. He's got some more stuff to take care of. Sleepy Night and Marty have gone right into Swamp Palace without checking those, so probably going to full clear this. Wayne takes down Argus with no trouble there.
So Wayne probably should come back in and go to left side if we haven't received a hint about that.
He's looking like he's taken off here. Maybe there's just one item over there, and he is just playing the odds. He's got other stuff to do. He's going for Mire right now.
All right, chat, send your energy to Wayne. Let's see if we can get a bird toss.
He killed it, man. He killed it. Now we're never going to get a bird toss.
Yeah, we got 3 other runners that could do it.
Someone's got to deliver.
Did not catch that big bomb hint. It went kind of fast.
A big bomb hint was a bottle and money.
Oof. Bye-bye, Fat Fairy.
Alrighty, so we are getting a left side play here from Marty. We'll have to see if Sleepy Night chooses to pop back into the dungeon or not, but we're at least gonna know what's over on this side.
If boots are over here, when would Blaine go back to Swamp Palace to check that one item on left side?
It would be a very long time. He'd probably do Turtle Rock before that. Then he'd go into Eastern Palace. It'd be forever.
Let's see if this play pays off for Marty. This could be huge.
Alrighty, so Wayne made the right call. Left side swamp, whole lot of nothing, just a heart container. And Wayne picks up the lamp in Misery Mire here, which is really deep. I guess not too deep, but fairly deep into the siege. That's pretty gnarly lamp location.
Looks like we're gonna get the long cutscene chest.
Alrighty, so that's purple chest. Huh. That leaves only a couple little spots over by the smith chain there that are worthwhile. We're getting down there.
Yep, grinding it out, nitty gritty. Still banking on my Turtle Rock play.
I think I don't know. It's getting better and better an option. The further we get into this here, I think it was a good call.
So, Sabo, would you care to give us a quick summary of what's going on for anyone that might have joined us? Like, what's going on right now?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's kind of go over the seed a little bit here. It was generous at the start. Gave our runners a whole ton of stuff. We had lots of dungeons we could clear. We had Dark World access very early. So things were kind of moving along. We had a little bit of divergence. Three of our runners went for Skull Woods to start in their Dark World. Blaine went for kind of the pod area. It's kind of worked out a little bit better for him in the routing, but as it stands now, the only thing that we are looking for are boots, and they are doing their best to avoid us. It is terrible.
And the only thing that we know about boots right now is it could be possibly anywhere besides boots lock locations, Ganon's Tower, and we have a very tempting hint about a unique item is on a tablet.
Yeah, that one is annoying. That could mean that maybe we were talking about Turtle Rock maybe having boots, but maybe the book could be there, and then, as we were also saying, boots on tablet.
And there's your run summary. Everybody should be all caught up at this point.
Ooh, so Boyne missed an arrow there. He's not going to be happy about that, but pretty solid Vitreous fight nonetheless. Well, it seems like Boyne is likely going to clear enough stuff to find the boots before our other three runners. I like that our other three are very close. Like, this is an interesting little battle we've got going between these three.
Yeah, it seems like Wayne right now is pretty much on a level all of his own at this point.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. He is pretty good at what he does.
But you've got to think, I think he pretty much jetted this seed and skipped a lot of things that all these other runners have done. If boots don't start popping up soon, he could potentially do all these other checks before giving these other runners time to catch up.
Yeah, most definitely. If Yeah, if we see him put off the Turtle Rock play or something, and that's where the boots are, and one of these three just beelines for Turtle Rock, thinking, "Oh, this has got to be where it is," could kind of shake things up a little bit.
And to be fair, I understand, why these runners have not dived into Turtle Rock yet. It's a green pendant dungeon. You don't want to make the climb back up there again. You want to pretty much only climb it one more time, and that's to go defeat Ganon's tower to win, and then go beat the game.
Yeah, and it was just really bad timing with the Titan's Mitts and the hook shot showing up right there on Death Mountain, which led our runners away from maybe diving into Turtle Rock.
See some of the members of chat possibly throwing out another location. We haven't seen the dig spot yet.
Yeah, that shovel that turned up in the pod big chest there. I don't know if anyone's actually done that.
I would think if anyone were to check that right now, Wayne would. He's in the area. He could easily route it down.
Yeah, I think he'd be the most likely of the four runners right now to take that to do that check. He's also got magic bat. Cool. Let's see what this gives him.
And it seems like the blacksmiths just gave us another bottle, so they're bottle vendors now. Just a little bit of love with the bat.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that, like, every check that you're doing while you're one step away from go mode here, it's so frustrating when you open the chest or the bat reveals what the prize is and it's not the boots. Like, every chest, you're like, come on, just give me what I'm looking for. Ooh, so Sleepy Knight's in a bit of a pickle here. Needs another key to get out of the basement. He does not have the big key. Okay, good. He remembered the one underneath the pot.
Be interesting to see here if Wayne will clear Thieves Town.
Yeah, I think with there's so little left. Like, it's gonna be this or Turtle Rock for him. You're here now. You're probably gonna have to go through it.
Like, when do you start saying, I have to full clear all these pendant dungeons now that you're diving in? Like, now would be probably the time of it.
You would think now is the time, but he's got the mirror out and he is taking off. Interesting. We'll have to see where he decides to go next then. Anywho, we're about an hour and 10 minutes into this run so far, and these guys have been putting on a great show for us so far. You should definitely give them a follow. Put a little link up in the chat there. That's how we do it. There we go. So yeah, give them a follow. They're putting on a show here for you, and yeah, a couple of newer runners in the community. We've got Rick, who's kind of been a staple, and Bwayne, who's pretty top tier.
Can't forget about us and the trackers. Bat Bull and Revolving. I can't say that. I'm sorry.
Revolving Oscilla and Fat Boy Bowl 300. And I mean, you can follow us commentators as well, Calvin919 and me, Sabatender, but I don't know. I don't really do much else other than this, and I'm not really that good at it, so...
Yeah, definitely don't follow me and watch my stuff. I'm usually last place in races like this. But one of the spots that chat was talking about earlier, the dig spot, was just a big 20. And it seems like Wayne is finally making the Calvin play up into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, it's your most dense location at this point. It kind of makes sense. Marty finishing off Cold Stare there. Pretty nice looking fight. Good job. Rick's about to head into the Argus fight. And Sleepy's still kind of making his way through Ice Palace. It's kind of been a little unlucky, kind of thrown him through the ringer, but he looks like he's almost through at this point. Alrighty, so our first dip into Turtle Rock. And the purple chest hint again? Or is it the same one?
No, that is definitely the same one if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Someone did check that already. I see. Oh no! It's okay. That's the second time that has actually appeared in the seed. Gross.
Looks like Sleepy Night's on life support here in Ice Palace.
Gonna have to be very careful with this last.
This is not going to be an easy fight, to my understanding, if he gets hit by ice or hugs a Cold Stare. Going to go down immediately.
Alrighty, so far not finding our boots yet in Turtle.
And Marty does not give us a bird toss either. Boo, hiss, etc.
No, Sleepy Night. Oh, that sucks. A death to Cold Stare. Alrighty, so Rick being pretty thorough here. He is going to do left side swamp for that one item. It's a heart container. Makes sense. You don't want to leave anything behind. You know, it's left side takes so long that I would consider just leaving it, but you know, you don't want to have to come back.
I mean, with finding one item for about like the last, I don't know, 30 minutes, 20 minutes-ish, maybe, you know? You want to be thorough, not leave anything behind at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Boots could possibly be a Mimic Cave here, too.
Yeah, I do get the feeling that we are going to find something very soon.
Meanwhile, Sleepy Night heading up to get his 10% scam.
Yeah, just kind of maybe cooling off a little bit after the cold stare death. Doesn't want to dive right back in. Do a couple of checks first and just kind of get your head.
Did not catch what was on that mimic cave.
Oh, it was just 300 rupees.
Oh, yay, more money.
Yep.
Just a burrito in the big chest of Turtle Rock.
Alrighty, Sleepy Night heading back in to take down Cold Stare. Hopefully, no complications this time around. And Blaine is going all the way through the laser bridge at this point.
Now, since you're practically this far in, you go defeat Trinex, get the green pendant, turn that in. No boots still? Do you start clearing pendant dungeons? Oh,
Oh,
that's right.
I
Chat
mean, yeah.
reminded me. You don't have an ice rod yet.
If we
Oof.
if we find the ice ride on Laser Bridge, then you would definitely finish the fight off against Trinex. If you come this far, if you do have the ice rod already, then yeah, for sure, you would finish the boss off.
So on Laser Bridge, we got Piece of Heart. The book.
Yeah, that's probably the thing we're looking for.
And
Oh, gross.
The ice
Ooh.
rod.
That's disgusting.
So we know a unique item is on a tablet, and we found the ice rod. So oh man, this is ugly.
Well, you finish this dungeon and then you just kind of, zip on over to Ether Tablet at least, and then you go from there, I guess.
Yep, that seems about the correct sequencing here. So, I'm pretty much thinking the only thing that could be on pedestal at this point is boots.
Yes.
I mean, I guess the cape or the Remerang could be too, right? No, Remerang was on the race.
Yes.
And Wayne gets his green pendant. Hooray. And I would imagine that he goes right over. Could also do Spike Cape while you're up here.
And it's something we might see him do, just seeing as you're already up here, and you definitely don't want to come back up the mountain for that one. Marty doing some nice work on Vitreous there with those silver arrows. That fight is usually pretty easy, but Marty did a great job there taking care of that as well.
And here we go, Ether Tablets.
Ooh. Red mail. Why, game?
That cannot be considered a unique item if I'm not mistaken.
It is not. So we see Bwain heading into the Dark World here, so tablet as well.
So a unique item is on Bombos, for sure.
Yes.
So this is either the cape or the boots. And Bombos has.
Alrighty, and there we go. At basically 1 hour 21 minutes, Wayne is finally in go mode.
And to be honest, pretty sufficient routing still with that late go mode. Just gotta dive into Desert Palace, get that big key off the torch, and go in the back, kill Lamolus, and go back up the mountain.
Yeah, this should be pretty easy from here on out for Boyne. Now, unfortunately, we are seeing the play that we haven't seen any runner make yet. Adirondack Rick is heading into the back of Thieves Town, and with the knowledge we just got from Boyne, unfortunately, he's going to find a whole lot of nothing. Alrighty, so now that Marty has the lamp, he's feeling a little bit better about taking on Palace of Darkness here. Wanted to keep everything in logic, I think, and so is now taking on this dungeon. We've seen our other runners take care of it a little earlier on in the run.
And with silver arrows, tempered sword, fire rod, this is going to be a very easy fight for Lamolus.
Yep, just like that, it's over.
So Blaine has got his 7th crystal and is going to be heading up to the tower here in just a moment. But Sabo, you think you know what time that means, right?
Yeah. Let's get our guesses in for the big key guessing game. I don't think we have any kind of leaderboard or anything because it's a daily race, but it's always fun to play anyways. So 1 through 22, where do we think the Ganon's Tower big key is going to be today? Calvin, what do you think?
You know what? I'm going to... Could this seed get any more trollier? You know what? I'm going to go for full-on troll and say 22, the tile room.
Wow, that's rude. It could happen. It could happen. I'm gonna say just 5. I want it to show up fairly soon.
Yeah, that's.
But
good guess.
towel room will be pretty funny.
Let's go. Why not? Pretty sure majority of the chat would like to see the tile room as well.
They always do. So, Rick finding nothing in Thieves Town there. I'm gonna have to make another play. Hopefully he gets up to Turtle Rock soon.
So, besides Wayne, everybody has to go up to Turtle Rock, go to Laser Bridge, get the book, go to Bombos, and then is in go mode.
Yeah, and it looks like they're all going to be making their way there. Like they're running out of options at this point, so I think they're all going to kind of converge again pretty soon.
So, unfortunately, the torch, which is location 1, had a small key, And Blaine decided to take it, so we will not be seeing Bob today. Chest number 2 is also a small key.
Oh, so chest 4. Chest 4 is our winner.
Tower. That means you were really close on that guess, Mr. Sabatender.
I was close, but not as close as Sai Sai Shi, who got it right on the money with the guess of 4.
And as your prize, you win our infinite love and support.
Infinite. That's a lot. He'll be well taken care of. So Rick is making the play into Turtle Rock after a little bit of a disappointing Thieves Town dive. He's narrowed down where this next piece of progression is going to be, so it's going to get. Gauntlet looking pretty good for Blaine's so far. Takes a hit, but it's not too.
He can take a couple of hits. He's on red mail.
He's got arrows out for this Land Molus fight and takes down no problem there. Looking.
Whiz Robe room number 1, not a problem. Number 2, just as easy.
Now it looks like Sleepy Knight's got the same idea as Rick here. Let's check out Turtle Rock. Marty has given us the full Eastern Palace treatment here. Unfortunately, not going to be rewarded with too much. Yikes. Torch, please. Get lit. All right. Okay, so Moldorm 2 down, no problem. Blaine is almost through Ganon's tower. Alrighty, so let's see how this Agatu fight goes. Hopefully, Blaine gets some nice patterns here. This looks pretty good. Yeah, just a single. That's too bad. That could have been a little better. Makes up for it with a nice triple there.
Nice, nice.
That was a really goofy pattern there, unfortunately. This one looks pretty good. Should manage to finish the fight.
Nice. And Blaine is going to the Ganon fight. Gonna make us some bacon.
Yep, we are pretty well stocked for this fight here. Silver arrows, red mail, tempered sword. Should be easy peasy.
Yep, the only thing that could literally make this a little easier is the butter sword, but, you know, I would not complain about I would think a 133 finish.
Yeah. Staying nice and tight here in the Ganon phase 2 here. Kind of tricky to get those little dashes off right, but Wayne making it look pretty easy. All right, so Ganon's not teleporting too much. That's pretty good. We're through phase 3 into phase 4. Looks like a double here. Perfectly timed. Unfortunately, Ganon kind of freaked out there, got away from. And down goes Ganon as Sleepy Knight gives us a bird toss. Thank you, Sleepy Knight. Put your GGs in the chat for Boyne. He is actually going to not only win on the restream here, he has won the entire race with an official SRL time of 1:31:43. GG's, Boyne. We'll try and get him in chat.
Yeah, the big winner, chicken dinner.
So, unfortunately, Sleepy Knight was heading up, went into Hookshot Cave, found the Ether Medallion, and is now doing Misery Mire, so is going to miss out on those boots a little bit longer.
And shout outs to Fly Me Courageous for the Twitch Prime sub to Speed Gaming Channel 4.
Alrighty, and it looks like we have Boyne down in our waiting room. Let's bring him. Yo, Boyne. GG's, my man.
Hey, Sabo, how's it going?
Not bad, man. How you doing? How you feel about that one?
I almost lost my mind at the hook shot. I'm saying, is this go mode? This is really close to go mode. I almost didn't do Dark Death Mountain and said that would be silly. Good thing I did because Ether was there. And then you had a feeling that the seed wasn't going to be that nice. So I was kind of expecting Boots Lock. But honestly, if you could have made me choose where the boots were going to be at that point, T-Rock was pretty safe because first time up there.
No, I mean, like, it was like the worst location for the hook shot to show up there. After you got the Titan's mitts, you get the hook shot. It kind of opens up a lot more of, I guess it opens up like, I guess, just swamp really, but it just kind of pulled you away from making the dive right into Turtle Rock right then and there. So all four of the featured runners, you all backed out, and no one went into Turtle Rock right away. So everyone's looking for the boot.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, it was go mode if it was if I had the Mire Medallion, and I had 2 of them after I got Ether, and if Desert wasn't Boots Lock, that was go mode. So there was no chance I was going into T-Rock. As much as I was headed up there, the plan was we're going in T-Rock because we got a really early cane. When I saw that it was Bombos, it kind of reinforced. It's like, well, Bombos was really early too. Although what item wasn't early, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to go in, but I couldn't because that would have just been crazy. Even if I had gone in, let's say I was nuts and went in, I find the book. I'm not rushing to Bombo's tablet. So really safe location. You weren't gonna. Sometimes these seeds come down to, well, I have 5 dungeons to choose from. I hope I choose the right one, and that can feel kind of frustrating. You just, flip a coin or a 5-sided coin, I guess, and did you get it right? You win. If you didn't, well, you're gonna lose. So something like this, where pretty much everybody's gonna have to do a lot of stuff before they get back up there, and then get themselves to Bombo's tablet, like, not so bad.
Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty. It seemed like it was somewhat over describing it now. The kind of the bottleneck at the end, everyone was going to fall for. So there was really no good way to like galaxy brain your way into that Bombos tablet for boots play.
Yeah, basically impossible. So I
Yeah.
mean, I had a couple things left. Obviously, didn't do the back of Thieves Town. Never set foot in Eastern Palace, which actually feels pretty good. I left the one item left side swamp, and I don't think I ever did Spike Cave. And I guess I never turned in the Green Pendant. So there wasn't much left, even for me. And I felt great about where I was going to place after I got the boots, because I didn't see that many routes that could have been significantly faster. There wasn't really anything realistic. And since I hadn't done literally everything, it wasn't such a bad feeling. I mean, you find Go mode boots, it's usually a bad feeling, you know, because you haven't had the boots the whole season. But this, as far as placement goes, I was pretty encouraged once Book was on Laser Bridge. As long as that, you know, if it was the Cane of Burna that fell from the sky at Bombo's tablet, it was going to be pretty sad. But
Ooh, yeah.
with that location, it felt pretty good. I had done some, you know, all those items early let me do some ordering that I usually would never get to do, like the pod, getting the flippers in there so I could do Hobo and then Pyramid and all the flipper checks and turn in the mushroom on the way. Like that kind of sequencing was pretty efficient. So I felt good about my mostly full clear.
Yeah. It was a very efficient full clear. Because we saw the other 3 featured runners here all kind of went in a different direction. When we had Dark World access, they all went for Skullwoods and Village of Outcasts. So they went that way. You went for the Pod Eastern, or kind of the Pod Eastern area, I guess, first. And the way that worked out for you is you were just able to kind of group your checks a little bit better. And we started to see you pull away even in that early part of the game. So yeah, I mean, you really couldn't have done much else to improve the routing on this one. It was a pretty, you know, solid open and shut affair.
I definitely was nervous leaving Village of Outcasts and Thieves and things like that for so long. I actually went over to Skullwoods earlier than I feel like I should have, just because I was saying, if boots are in Skullwoods, it's going to feel really, really bad. So let me just get that out of the way, even though I don't think it's necessarily time for me to be over there. But obviously, I would have done it regardless before I went back up to Turtle Rock, so it was kind of a moot point. But I was feeling like there's really easy to just get yourself into Village of Outcasts and do Skullwoods really early in this seed. Hope that's not where this item is. Just because the bow really pulled me over to Pod. And I especially said, like, if Flippers or something like that is over here, which exactly Flippers was, that gives me a really nice overworld cleanup in this area. So that worked out, and it worked out that the boots weren't over in Skullwoods or in Thieves Town. And yeah, like I said, it was, I'm sure with all of the access we had early, there are a lot of ways to, unfortunately, kind of unluckily, route this quote unquote wrong. We just got kind of lucky in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done.
Looks like Rick has just got his boots at 138.
Nice.
About to enter his go mode. Got to clear out Desert and Misery Mire.
Right, he did put off Misery Mire a little bit longer. So yeah, Wayne, I heard you did some cross keys earlier today. How did that go?
I have not done any cross keys today, or I probably would be exhausted from it to have done this.
I don't know where I heard that.
Are
you
planning
on doing
the... exactly. I've been considering joining the Cross World Key Sanity tournament. That is not my forte. I've done a handful of Cross World Key Sanity seeds, and they haven't really gone too well. I might end up doing some of the qualifiers and joining the tournament. I haven't decided yet.
Nice.
I don't mind joining a tournament and doing poorly. I don't want to embarrass myself. The thought of wandering around for 90 minutes trying to figure out, you know, what location I didn't write down, or what am I missing for an hour and a half while somebody else just waiting for somebody else to finish up. That's how 50% of my cross keys seeds go. So we'll see if I get the courage to join or not.
Yeah, that's why I think it caught me off guard, because it isn't usually your specialty there.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, so Marty picks up his book as well.
I enjoyed that ice rod bait also. You find the book, you're pretty certain that it's going to be book locked, because you've got the only hint that's pointed you towards anything. saying, you know, book. And then you find the ice rod and you say, well, I can't leave Trinex, even though, you know, it's just green pendant that he's got.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's going to be here on the laser bridge. It's like stupid ice rod.
It wasn't so bad just since it was going to spit us back out at the entrance to T-Rock. You know, it's sort of isn't the full time loss that it might have been. But still, of course it has to be ice rod. And just daring you. I dare you to skip Trinex in this spot. I dare you. That's what the seed was saying.
All right, so we got Rick taking on Lamolis here. He's pretty close to finishing up. Oh, and he's done. Nice. Well done. He's just got Misery Mire left on the docket, and he'll be on his way to GT. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to keep you. If you want to get on to something else, any kind of final thoughts on this seed here?
No, hey, yeah, thanks for the interview. Thanks for rolling this seed. I enjoyed it, which is rare to say about a seed where you didn't have boots for 80 minutes or whatever. But it was exciting, the rush of, hey, this could be like a PB kind of seed, the way it was looking up. So that's a nice, like, adrenaline rush. But I'm sure it'll be fun to watch back. Thanks for the commentary, everything else behind the scenes, and I'll catch everybody next time.
Alrighty, thanks a lot, man.
Have a good one.
And Rick not giving us a bird toss either. Boo.
So we only got one, which means that the Sleepy Night is the true winner. You got it.
Looks like Sleepy Night is checking the purple chest, which we know, I think it just holds some cash or a piece of heart.
Yeah. Unfortunately, still missing the book. He needs to get into Turtle Rock.
Just $5 for opening the lunchbox. It was an Uber Eats delivery.
But it looks like he's kind of run out of locations, so I think a Turtle Rock dip is happening here. Marty is doing some tablet checking. Gonna see the red mail show up here. Now he's just got to make his way to the Bombos tablet, and he'll be on his way.
You can't really complain about red mail, so. However, if I could imagine Marty's gonna check Spike Cave here, but he should have the hint about the tablet requiring having a unique item, so I would imagine that he goes right to Bombos and then he go right into Desert. Quick clear that. Do you think that it's possible that Marty and Rick could have a race here? Because I could imagine that it would take longer to do Misery Mire than it would Desert.
If Marty jets right for the Bombos tablet, which he might be, we could be in for a really exciting finish between Rick and Marty. And yes, I know it sounds like Rick and Morty. We didn't plan that, I swear.
Here we are, like almost 2 hours into the scene. We have not noticed that yet. Shame on us.
Okay, so where is Marty going? That is not the place I want to see him go.
Did he get the hint about the tablets having a unique item, or does he think mail is a unique item?
He might be thinking that the mail is the unique item, which would be most unfortunate, because this could be a Thieves' Town play.
Oh, ew, Marty, no.
Maybe just doing pegs, and he hasn't done the Smith chain, I guess, at all. Okay, this is fine. This will lead right into Bombo's tablet, and he'll be fine.
I'm gonna have to ask him if he knows that red mail is not a unique item.
So this does mean that Adirondack is going to be up in Ganon's tower before Marty gets a chance to get in there. It'll come down to, at that point, left side, right side kind of gamble. It'd be really weird to see a full right play, but the big key is on the left side in the first little Stalfos room.
So, Sabotender, would you like to go ahead and give us a quick cleanup of the finishes so far from people running off stream?
Yeah, we have had a couple of the finishes, so I'll give a couple of those just to see where we're standing. We had Salty Fry come in second place with a time of 1:33:02. P-Train finishing in third with a time of 1:39:16. So a bit of a gap between our first two runners and then our third place. Then we had BBB Kermit popping in fourth place there with a time of 1:42:04. And let's round out the top five. We've got Hitzion finishing in fifth with a time of 1:45:19. So, some really spaced out finishes there. It's not surprising. This seed kind of gave you a lot of different locations you could check out for those boots. So, yeah, we're going to see where our rest of our featured runners are going to finish up.
And this race overall has 25 runners. And it seems like we have 2 forfeits. Doesn't really want to deal with this deep poot seed.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. So that book into Bombos is not an easy play. As we talked with Wayne earlier, it's not an easy play to make. So it's not surprising that we see a lot of kind of people clearing out other locations before making the dive in there.
So we see Rick is now heading into going to be heading into Ganon's tower, more than likely, unless he has a travesty like I did yesterday. He'll probably be finishing second place out of our race stream runners.
He should be okay. I believe in. Okay, this is good. Marty is gonna be grabbing those booties.
And Sleepy Night is doing the left side check of swamps, which all we know is going to pay off with a piece of heart and nothing more.
Yeah, it's too bad for Sleepy Night here. Kind of on the road to last location city with this book. It's a tough call to make to dive into Turtle Rock when you were already up the mountain a couple of times. It's a shame. Alrighty, so Rick is about to pick up his big key, and he'll be on his way up. Ooh, if you can get that dash right there. There we go. Opting for the counterclockwise chest opening here in this room. I don't see many people do that.
And if Wayne did that earlier, that would have been chest number 3. So hopefully the person that picked 3 in our big chest or big key guessing game is probably a little tilted that Rick didn't get here first. I mean, I can't say anything anyway. My guess was tile room, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like Sleepy Night is heading up to Catfish. Just a couple more checks. The way this seed went, there was a lot of opportunity to abandon locations, just completely orphan them like this. You know, it's too bad that we're still kind of searching for that book. It's going to be a little while longer before Sleepy Night gets up into Turtle Rock.
I mean, he shouldn't have too many locations left to check.
Really shouldn't, yeah.
He'll eventually have to make his way up there. Like I said though earlier, I think it's pretty understandable that you don't want to make two trips up the mountain when you can just make one. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the one thing at this point would be that you got to look at density, and you know, if you're spending 2-3 minutes running all the way over to Catfish, why don't spend the 2 or 3 minutes to run all the way up to Turtle Rock and have a shot at 6 items? One of those things that is a tough call to make when you're in the heat of a race, but you know, worth noting that let's go for some density when you. Alrighty, so Rick making his way up a tower. He's into the Wizrobe rooms here. Always very satisfying.
And we got a couple more finishes coming in here. Coming in at 6th place is Frostbite with the SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, 31 seconds. And we got in 7th place Matt, 7898, coming in at 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 34 seconds. In number 8th place, we got Demolisher, coming in at 1 hour, 47 minutes, 43 seconds. Then in 9th place, we got Old Man Sunshine coming in at 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 41 seconds.
Nice. GG's to all of those finishers.
And Sapotender, if you will excuse me for just a moment, it is the cat's feeding time. They are on a time diet. I have to step away for just a moment.
No problem. I got this. Alrighty, so Rick heading into the Moldorm 2 fight. Looking pretty good there. Marty's into GT, and he is heading left side here first. Oh, I didn't realize that the cape was in that final chest there. And Bwayne did pick it up, but I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. Alrighty, Agate 2 looking pretty good for Rick here. Takes him down 2-2-2. A triple-double there. Pretty nice. Alrighty, so Rick drops into the Ganon fight. We are not far from having our second runner finish on the restream here. Marty, meanwhile, making his way up Ganon's tower here. Heading into the gauntlet shortly. Sleepy Night, close to getting that book. Oh boy. Rick making use of that cape that we just picked up. Gonna try and get as many slashes in as possible to get through this phase 2 in just one cycle. Yikes, gets hit by a bit of fire, but doesn't pay too big a price for it. Almost through phase 3 here. Ooh, nice. Gets that torch glitch from a distance. Misses with the shot there. Yikes, Rick. Be careful. Alrighty, here we go. Could this be it? Yes, we get a double there, and that looks like it's gonna be it. So, Adirondack Rick is gonna finish up with official SRL time of 1:57:29. Get your GGs in the chat for Rick. Rick finishes today's race in 11th place. We had, let's see, Ravis 10 finishing in 10th place, very fitting, at 1:54:34. So let's see if we can get Rick in here for a chat. Meanwhile, Marty making his way up the tower. He is almost at the top. Doing a good job there, and Sleepy Night very close to getting that book, and it looks like Rick is hanging out in the waiting room, so let's bring him on in.
And you know what? This is perfect timing because I'm back too.
Perfect. Hey, Adirondack Rick. GG's, man.
Oh, thank you.
So, I guess opening thoughts. What a seed, huh?
You know, it's nice when you walk out of the first section of Hyrule Castle at 1 hour, that little tunnel there, and you have 2 swords and a fire rod, and you're thinking, this is a beautiful escape.
It started out so good. Like, everything was falling into your lap. It felt like it had the makings of a jet seed, for sure.
Yeah, and it probably really could have been a jet seed until I opted to say, hey, look, I got a wealth of items here. Let's walk away from Turtle Rock.
You know, we were talking to Boyne earlier about that very thing, and we were talking about how it's almost impossible to actually make that dive into Turtle Rock. Everyone was going to get baited away from that.
Yeah, and I ended up getting baited pretty badly, and then my execution just decided to take a vacation around Turtle Rock. Not Turtle Rock, Ice Palace.
Oof. Well, it didn't really show too badly on the stream there, I don't think.
We'll rewatch that part of the video. I had to go do bomb jump 4 times.
We'll have to get some instant replay on that one, I guess.
Yeah.
Pull up the tape.
Yeah, it was fail and a half. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. It's one of those plays, you know, you see Turtle Rock there, you can get in there, but you just got the hook shot, and that opens up all of the remainder of Swamp Palace. It's got you hook shot. You just got the medallion to get into Misery Mire, which is obviously the way that the seed wanted you to go by logic, was to go into Misery Mire, get the lamp out of there, and then go up the mountain to get your book.
Yeah, that is what it wanted you to do.
And the second I read that hint in Ice Palace and regarding to the unique item being book required, I knew exactly what the seed wanted me to do.
Yeah. At that point in the race, it was definitely that hint was just giving everything away. That was what you had to do. You had to get that book. You were looking for something on a tablet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunate thing is, where's the book?
Yeah.
And then I love, of course, the ice rod being there on the laser bridge just to add insult to injury.
Right? I mean, you just want to, you get the book, you just want to get out of there, but then you're thinking, okay, I'm already this far in, I've got to do this green pendant.
Yeah,
just
it's green
in case.
pendant. In case, number one, Trinex has it. Number two, Sahasrahla has it.
And for those that didn't catch it earlier, we were talking about boots possibly being on the pedestal. No, it's just couch cash.
Yay.
Thank goodness. It was a possibility. We dodged a ped seed today, at least. So yeah, I don't know if there's that much else to say about that one. Anything you would do differently to? I guess, yeah, just in general, anything you might have done differently thinking back on it?
Well, the whole Turtle Rock thing, it was a play I was going to make no matter what. If anything, I just really wish my execution didn't just die on me at that point. Like I said, Ice Palace just really was where things just fell apart as far as my execution was concerned. That's on me. That's something I can control with the controller in hand. But it's just unfortunate. But like I said, it is what it is. Book turned out to be deep in Turtle Rock, and you hundo everything else and look for the book. I mean, you've been there before. You've done these races. You pop in that dungeon, you get nothing, you feel far behind. You don't go in that dungeon, there's something in there, you feel far behind. And that's what happened to me.
Yeah, definitely. And in the meantime, we had Marty finish up the Ganon fight there. So GG's to Marty, finishing in 13th place with an official SRL time of 2:02:33, just behind Leslie Pro, who finished in 2 hours and 12 seconds.
But yeah, GG's, and thanks guys for doing the commentary and all that. It's always nice to have the commentary in here, because I'll look back and I'll see exactly the things that I could do differently. So thank you guys for doing this.
All right, thanks. Thanks for joining us, Rick.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, bud.
And it looks like we have been joined by our runner finishing third on the restream. It's Marty. Marty, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Give us some thoughts on that one. It was it seemed like it was a jet off the bat there, and then the epic hunt for the boots. Man, what a roller coaster.
Yeah, it started pretty good, but yeah, those boots. I mean, there was, I think, one more location I could check, but that's about it.
Yeah. And it was really hard. We were talking to both Rick and Boyne about the how difficult it was to make that dive into Turtle Rock. When we go up to Death Mountain there, you pick up the Titan's Mitts, and then you pick up the hook shot, which means you're pretty much possibly maybe in go mode. And like, who's going to dive into TR then?
Right. I didn't feel like diving TR at that time. To be honest with you, when I went to Meyer and I found the lamp, I was like, well, maybe this is it. But then, of course, needed the boots for...
Yeah. So let's see. What we found interesting was that all three of you, Sleepy Knight and Adirondack Rick, all did the moth fight pretty early on. That was a pretty clutch fight there. Pretty low HP there, and green mail. Wasn't a lot to help you there, but everyone kind of got through that. Was that kind of troubling at all? Were you like worried about maybe dying there a couple of times? Or?
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking I was gonna beat Moth at that point. Like you said, it was pretty low green mail. I think I only had Master Sword. But yeah, like it just went through, and then I had to decide if I wanted to carry on with Thieves Town, but I dipped out right after the first 4.
Yeah, and that turns out that was a pretty good call. Only Rick, unfortunately, fell for that bait there to go further into Thieves Town. So, yeah, but that moth fight was pretty solid, man. So good work on.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Anything else kind of stand out for this one for?
I don't know if anybody else did anybody find a hint for the boots at all, or
Not one particularly leading like direct, like saying the boots is here. The only hint that everybody
there
got
was the one about the book.
Right.
Yeah, it was something on a tablet.
Well, it just said the book was leading to a unique item, but I checked Ether right away, and that was red mail.
Yes, and as I learned, actually, because I didn't even know this, that the red mail is not a unique item. When I saw that first come up, I was like, oh, that's... But it was not.
There you go. I learned that too.
Yeah. Yeah, because you did a couple more. You did like Smith Chain after that. We were like, oh, does he not know about the unique item thing? And yeah, man, like that was something I learned in this seed as well. People were filling me in on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I knew not to go check Purple Chest, but I just figured, you know what, I'll do the Smiths and the Pegs and Magic Bat, and then I'll go check that tablet.
Unfortunately, it seems like Sleepy Night is not aware of the
oh no, going into Thieves
red
Town.
mail being a unique item as well, and is diving back into Thieves Town.
Yeah, this has been a little bit of a rough go for Sleepy Night, unfortunately. All the three, Boyne was kind of inching ahead, you know, as the race went on here. But you know, you, Marty, Rick, and Sleepy Night, you guys were all pretty close, and unfortunately, just kind of lost the chain, the breadcrumbs there for Sleepy Night. But it was fun watching the three of you guys kind of duke it out. You guys are doing different dungeons, and then you kind of come back together. So it was a good watch, I would say.
Right on. I'm going to sign off here, guys, but thanks for commentary, Trackers, obviously, and SG for putting this on, and everybody watch.
All right, Marty, thank you so much for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Good night.
Have a good night. All right, so to do a little bit of a cleanup here, it seems we have two more finishers. So how do you say this? Kaisei?
Looks like it.
It comes in 14th place at 2 hours, 4 minutes, 52 seconds. And then Signums comes in 15th place at 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 19 seconds. And right now, that is all we have. I believe that there's about maybe 7 runners left.
Yeah, I think we do have a few still running here. So, and on the restream here, we have Sleepy Night. We're going to be following their journey through the rest of this seed.
And yep, I was correct. We have 7 runners left, and one of them is Sleepy Night. So all Sleepy Night really has to do is go to the Bombos tablet, do Desert Palace, and then head up to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, that's one good thing about this horrible last location boot situation is as soon as we find them, we actually don't have much left to do. It's just a quick dungeon and then right up to GT. So at least there's that. We're not having to like dive all the way through Turtle Rock or something.
Through that. And we do have another runner coming in here. Sabo, you want to throw that name so I don't butcher this one too?
Looks like we've got Ness Kamikaze coming in 16th place with a time of 2:11:11.
Very nice time there.
Okay, so after Blind here, there's really not much left for Sleepy to do. So gotta get over to that Bombos tablet. I can't see what is actually maybe left on their plate, because they've already done Smith Chain and all that nonsense. Eastern Palace, I guess, is maybe on the table. I hope not.
We'll just have to wait and see what Sleepy Night does here. Alright, so he's gonna mirror. And oh no. See where he goes here. Which number? Oh no, I think he's thinking this is a pedestal seed.
Ooh, oh, maybe, oh, please, just be turning in the green pendant. Maybe just green pendant.
Oh,
Only do
that's true
that.
too.
Uh-oh. We might end up in Eastern Palace, though. Let's wait and see here.
Very laggy for me, I can't tell what that was.
Oh, I think it was just 10 arrows.
Oof. Well, he is flying away. So
I think this is good. I think this is very, very good. Now, which direction do we go now that we're in the Dark World? Okay, this is
So
still
while
good.
he's making his way over to wherever he's going, I need to do a little bit more cleanup work. My boy, SSBMO, we started racing at about the same time, comes in 17th place with a 2 hour, 11 minutes, and 53 seconds.
Nice. Nicely done.
That dude just keeps getting better and better.
That is what it's all about, man. Here we are. 2 hours, 14 minutes. Sleepy Night finds the boots.
And is in go mode.
Just having a little reflection time here to think about all that has come before this. Quick check of the menu there. Oh, we're gonna keep using the book. We're just gonna go in the front door, maybe. Alrighty, folks, we are in the home stretch here. Yes, okay. Sleepy Night has only got to finish off Desert Palace here. Should be just about 2 or 3 minutes, about 3 minutes maybe. And then GT, and we'll be out of here. Okay, so just land Molus away here. And it's kind of funny, like when you've been without boots for so long in a seed, when you finally get them, there are times when you forget that you have them and maybe don't even dash at all. I know I've definitely done that a couple of times.
Yeah, I can say that I found myself doing that a little bit as well. Could also be, dude, searching for so long for those boots, you're just like, oh, finally, but you still feel brain dead.
Yeah. Alrighty, the torches are lit and the boss door appears.
Ah! It seems like Sleepy Night is going with the silver strat. Ooh, what a clunky land mole pattern right there.
Yeah. Little combination of slashes and arrows there.
But nevertheless, gets his 7th crystal and will be heading up to the top of the mountain to go defeat the wizard, Aghanim, and then to the Ganon fight.
But first, a little break for a potion or two. You're this late into a seed, you just don't want to take any chances. This makes perfect sense.
And it's quite possible that Sleepy Night could still outplace a couple of runners here. No new entries just yet.
Taking the scenic route up to Ganon's tower here is going to take a little bit longer.
Do you know about the time difference between doing this route, going up through the Light World to Turtle Rock?
I don't know
Or in Mountain
if it being like timed at all, like officially, but I don't think that going up the left side or the west side of the light world is quicker. I think it's quicker to do. I think the quickest one is to actually use the Turtle Rock Warp, assuming you don't get dead rocked.
Okay. I would have probably personally had gone east side Death Mountain, did the Dark World, and then climbed up the mountain through Super Bunny Cave.
Yep. That one is better if you haven't opened the Turtle Rock portal. I think it saves you a little bit of time, maybe, or it comes out about even then, and you have a less risk of hitting any dead rocks along the way. I'm digging all of like the little pauses that we're getting here. You know, open up the tower, and then like there's a moment where we just stop for a second there. Sleepy Night's feeling it at this point. It's frustrating, and we just want this to be over. So I didn't realize that it was a forced left side. So that is nice.
And very good for him. Unless he grabs his key and goes back. Okay.
We're okay. Phew.
Now, I know I've told you I haven't raced very much, but I have lurked a lot. And I've seen people get a small key off the torch and then go right to the right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking that the right side is the play, then the earliest key you can get, might as well just go for it.
But nevertheless, there's the big key in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6 for him. So you have your guess dodged all the runners.
Ridiculous.
And I don't even want to talk about mine, so we'll just leave it at that.
Making those mimics dance there.
I did move your guy around, and then move the mimics up to you. That's neato.
Yep.
I hate mimics 2 room. This one just ugh.
Yeah, Mimics 2 is really gross. I mean, we see, runners like Blaine who have got that down to a science and they know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, it's if you get a little bit wrong on the positioning, it's no.
Doing a little bit of cleanup here. It looks like we got Retro Reviver. Oh, it's forfeited from the race. Sorry, buddy. And then the Daddy Gamers finished in 18th place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, 21 seconds.
Whoa, a time from the future. Or maybe my stream is just really behind.
Yeah, we should probably take a moment to pause and restart the stream back up real quick for us.
Just to make sure, yeah, a little refresh. Yikes. Okay, so those lasers not really playing too nice, but oof, should just make it through this room here. Hey, a nice clutch fairy drop there. Alrighty, heading up into the Wizrobe rooms. We're almost through the gauntlet here. Sleepy Night is so close to being finished. Unfortunately, one getting away from him there. Yeah, go ahead.
Sleep.
We might have missed that there. Didn't quite catch it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So I was asking you if there's any other speed gaming races tournaments going on right now being broadcast around the speed gaming channels.
On the speed gaming channels, I don't know exactly offhand. I know that we've got the spoiler log tournament finals are coming up on Friday, I believe Friday evening, between Kyong and PKR, Pink Kitty Rose. That should be really hype. Spoiler has been a lot of fun. It's pretty intense execution, and we're seeing that with a lot of the top runners have really shown us their stuff there. I think Overworld is still going on. Yeah, I think that's about it for Link to the Past stuff right now on the speed gaming channels.
And just throw it out there in the validation chest. We got the cape.
Yeah, I missed that the first time we saw it there. Pretty nice pickup in the last chest. If you're gonna find anything there that might help you out in the Ganon fight, that's definitely an item that'll do that. Getting those angles right on a really tricky set of patterns there.
That was a very good Aghanim 2 fight. So while Sleepy Knight's flying over to the bacon fight, got interesting. Oh, well, Sabo, I was gonna throw it at you, but who's your favorite runners and why?
It's like a question that you can't even answer. I mean, there are so many amazing people in this community that bring something different, whether it's excellent execution or they play a specific mode really well. So it's just great that there are so many different people here in this community, and so many that are so good. I'm gonna give a real diplomatic answer and just leave it at that.
I would have to agree. I've only been around, like, trying to learn the game for about, I don't know, what is it, 2 months now, maybe? And everybody's just been so helpful. I even thought that this commentating thing would be difficult. No, it's actually really, really easy. If anybody feels like they could want to give it a try or whatever, they're more than welcome to show you the ropes, and it's really not that difficult. I'm running everything on a pretty barely able to run Windows laptop, so it can be done.
Nice.
Which I'm upgrading this weekend, by the way.
Sweet. That's going to definitely help. Alrighty, so we're into phase 4. We are so close. Just need 4 arrows into the pig.
Almost getting the double there.
Down goes the pig. Whew. After kind of a tough journey, Sleepy Knight has taken down Ganon, has finished up this race in 19th place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 32 seconds. Put your GGs in the chat. Oh boy, so that is all 4 of our featured runners finished. We're going to wait to see if Sleepy Knight wants to pop in for a quick chat. I don't know. After a seat like that, you may want to just back out and be done for the day. But hopefully we get a little chance to chat. And looks like Sleepy Knight might be in our waiting room right now.
Go ahead, bring him up.
Alrighty. GG, Sleepy Knight. Man, kind of a rough one today.
Yo, I'm really, really, really salty right now.
Oof.
I mean, like, not in a bad way. Just, like everyone else is.
Yeah. And it really sucks because, like, this one started out so good. Like, it had all the signs that it was going to be a jet. And then this whole Boots thing happened, and then everyone hated this seed.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh man, this is going to be a PB. I'm going to get under 2. And then Boots. Oh man, you had to go to Turtle Rock too.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking to the other runners as well. It's a thing you can't even like make the play for, you know. Like the way that all the items played out, like no one went in there until way late because like how you had so much other stuff you could do. Who's going to jump in there and do that?
Yeah, exactly. And you had everything you needed except for basically the book, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the things I'm curious about is it seems like I'm still like an hour to like 45 minutes behind everyone, and I'm wondering if that's like routing or like dying or what. What do you guys think? I've seen your name around, and you're a pretty quick runner, so just kind of wondering.
Yeah, I gotta say the early game looked really good. Blaine went off in a different direction, so it was hard to kind of gauge where he was. You know, he's definitely top tier, so he was starting to kind of pull ahead in his own way. But you, Rick, and Marty, I'm saying it again, Rick and Marty, the three of you guys were kind of like all in the same general area for quite a while. You guys all did the moth fight real early, which was like real poggers. Like that was solid. Like 6 hearts, I think, green mail. And then I don't know. Let's see. You guys all went to pod at the same time. You went through even though there was dark rooms, so that was good. I was trying to think like where the wheels kind of fell off there, because it was your early game was really good, and so I guess it was just some of the decisions you made kind of towards the middle end part that got a little bit hairy.
Yeah, I switched sprites so I couldn't do the Ice Palace bomb jump. I know that cost me like a little bit of time.
Oh, and did you also take a death to cold?
I did. I was like, I made it to
Okay.
cold stare after all that, and I had a heart and a half, and I was like, all right, I can do this. Like, I'm just gonna do a one-hit KO, and that first block of ice just dropped right on my head and killed me.
That was pretty rough. That's a pretty, that doesn't make up 40 minutes or whatever, but that's like at least 4 minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes to get back down there, especially without the bomb jump, with a different sprite. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I say, it looked pretty good. I think your execution is pretty good. How new are you?
I guess it's 2 months now.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I think same time as me then.
Nice. I would say you're looking pretty good. And so it must be something about the routing. Watch the VOD back. Blaine is going to give you a kind of a different take. I think your goal might be to look at what Rick does, and that would be a good way to see where you can make some little improvements.
Awesome, I'll definitely do that. I'm excited to watch it. Especially having Blaine on there, like 131. That's wild.
Yeah, so you get to see you versus the best of the best, pretty much. So you get that. Then you also got a couple people who you can really kind of learn from as well, kind of who might be a little closer to where you are and where on your.
That's cool. Other than that, it was a fun seed.
Excellent. Yeah, so I think we might have to wrap this up now. So it's a big shout out to all 4 of our runners. Make sure to give them a follow. Sleepy Night, Adirondack, Rick, Marty, and Blaine. And to our 2 trackers doing an excellent job behind the scenes. Thanks a lot, guys. Revolving Ocelot and Fatboy 300. Shout outs to those guys. And my awesome co-com, Calvin 919. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, man. Are you still there?
I forgot I had a push to talk. I said, thank you for allowing me to come hang out with you and throw some jokes around and, do my thing. You're a very awesome. Thank you for carrying the weight.
Anytime, buddy. Yeah. So that's probably going to do it for us. So GG's to everyone in the race today, and for everyone here at Speed Gaming, that's going to do it. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.